The Jungle expansion was the second ever card set released for the Pokemon TCG. The set is relatively small by today's standards, only having 64 cards in this set. However, there is an amazingly large amount of great art to be found here. Starting off, it's worth mentioning all the Sugimori cards in this set. For some of the cards, it would just use a standard Ken Sugimori illustration of the Pokemon and slap it in front of a background. This format was chosen for a total of 11 Pokemon in this set, with my personal favorite being the Weepinbell card, which showcases him in front of a somewhat overgrown forest. I'm also fond of the rolling hills found in Vivilan's card. They look very much like something you'd find in the UK. Mr. Mime has some funky rings in his card done to emphasize his psychic abilities, and the cards in the Nidoran female line have lifelike backgrounds, possibly photographed environments that were repainted using splotchy blobs of paint. While 2D illustrations are certainly great, there's plenty of charm to be found in the rough and unpolished 3D models that the 90s were known for. All the members of the Oddish line received 3D models for their cards. You have Oddish, peacefully strolling through a field. You have Gloom, who's just sort of standing there. Then you have Vileplume in front of an abstract background. The simpleness of the background, coupled with the clever use of abstract smellograms, makes this card very standout and noteworthy in my opinion. The Jungle expansion would also be the first set in which Pidgeot would receive a card. Here we have a highly detailed drawing of him that does a great job of capturing the size of the Pokemon. There's an Execute card that perfectly captures the essence of the Pokemon, a beautiful Flareon card that puts the yellow and red Pokemon up against a rainbow of colors. There's a Weepinbell card where he's just doing whatever the heck this is. Clefable is doing some weirdo stuff in the forest. Spearow can be seen flying fast through the sky. Then you got Spearow over here, okay? Now what's interesting about Spearow's card is that he's actually shown to be eating a worm. Given that Pokemon rarely references real-life animals in the Pokemon world, the fact that he's pictured capturing a worm here is actually pretty neat. Something that I love about the Jungle expansion is how detailed some of the artwork gets. I mentioned that detailed Pidgeot earlier, but that card barely scratches the surface. There's a beautiful card featuring Butterfree next to some flowers. This was the first ever card that Butterfree received. You could have just grabbed the Ken Sugimori PNG and slapped it in front of some background, but no! They went out of their way to give Butterfree a very unique card, and in my opinion, it paid off. Jigglypuff's card also has a lot going for it. The music notes present in the background, coupled with the blank space in the bottom left corner of the card, makes this illustration feel like something straight out of a children's book. When it comes to my favorite cards from the set, however, it's a solid tie between these two. Executor's card is just beautiful. He's sitting down on the beach while the sun sets in the distance, the warm colors of the sky perfectly contrasting with the green mist that makes up the horizon. There's even a little crab guy at the bottom, another instance of a real-world animal being present in a Pokemon card. The second card, which I absolutely adore, happens to be Persian's card. There are so many bold choices with the colors here. The rich blue grass, coupled with the hot pink trees and the bright yellow sky, gives this card an extremely vibrant and very unique color palette. I think that this card has to be my overall favorite from the set, although I may be a little bit biased since I do have one of these guys in real life.